Do you want to have complete control over how you feel? Do you want to decide if today you feel comfortable, relaxed, super excited, super passionate, super open? Or do you want to feel like when you talk to a woman, you feel confident and like still funny, but like you completely relaxed on the inside, but like you still have the playful vibe? Do you want to be on a sales call and be super assertive, super confident, and you still remain to the script that you set yourself? Well, if you would like to decide how you feel and to decide and have more control over the states that you have, then you're gonna like this video. And I remember back when I basically started out in the entrepreneurial journey, it was a lot about work, 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 work. So like sitting down and some people call it monk mode, like really hustling. But like what basically happened is when you just like 24/7 focus is you just like not paying attention anymore to your energies. Like if I'm not talking to a lot of people, if I'm like really more like putting my head down, working, getting things done, then I kind of like lost my social skills. And that was kind of crazy. And I think that's what happening to a lot of people out there. Is like they're working so much that they don't pay attention anymore to their states. And honestly, that's what life's all about, guys. Feeling good, enjoying things, having passion, having bliss, having joy, creating something meaningful, connecting with people. And I kind of like lost this a little bit over the time. The more I worked and like really got my focus directed towards there. So I came to be kind of like dull, was like emotionless, was not a lot of intention there. And then I basically did some more research on it. And for example, there's one psychiatrist and she worked a lot with Tony Robbins. And she basically said it like this: we're not happy or we're not sad. We do happiness or we do sadness. And so what she basically was referring to is that every single time we feel one of these emotions, and obviously look at that. So if there's basically only two basic emotions, positive and negative, like being confident, being assertive, being happy, being joyful, being blissful, tranquil, whatever, that's on the positive side. Being depressed, feeling envy, feeling jealous, all of those things on the negative side. So what she basically said is that we do those states. It's not that they just happen to us and like we can't do anything about it, so we do them. So what she basically meant by that is that we have a certain pattern physically that we do once we're happy, and certain patterns physically as mentally, which goes to both ends, obviously, also when we are feeling negative. For example, you can try this right now. Like pause this video, just jump up and down and say, I feel great, my life is amazing. Do this for 30 seconds, as stupid as it sounds, but like do it and you're gonna feel amazing and great. Because you're acting the pattern that your body would normally do if you feel amazing and great. You're jumping up and down, you have a smile on your face, you talk upbeat, you talk high energy, and so basically your body adapts to that. Look at a person, like if they're depressed and sad. How does their tonality work? They're not talking upbeat, they're talking sad, they talk like this, they put their head down, they put their shoulders down. You see it in their body language, in the tonality and in the facial expressions that they're doing sadness right now. I remember when I played football in Division 2 in Austria, I played for 6 years, it was an amazing time. And my coach, every single time I went back, and for example, I fucked up a play, and I looked down, he put up my head and said, hey, head high. Every single time my coach drilled it down to us, head high. Because he understood if I put my head down, I instantly start the program of, I feel bad, that wasn't that good, and what should I do? I get in my head about it. But if I put my head high, I say, fuck that, get next round, I do it better. Let's fucking go. Like that assertive energy. So like the more we can understand that we have conscious control over energies, the more we can direct the destiny of our life. Because if you think of it, it's all dependent on how your state is, how you feel, how you think. Like you can do all the actions in the world, but like if you're feeling bad with them, if you're not confident, if you're like feeling uncertain, if you're feeling not productive and all of that, the actions that you do will not give you any fruits. Like it's so important to understand that the action that you do is as much as important the state that you're doing it. Like if you're in a sales call and you feel like shit, no one's gonna buy anything from you. Because if you're not really sold yourself, how can you expect someone to be sold on your product? You have to understand that. So like having massive and immediate state control all the time gives you immediate control and access to any area in life that you want to. For example, if you talk to women, most of the guys out there like super scared, don't know what to talk, like they fumble, like they talk, they don't really know what to say. Like if you have a state control, if you know how to do that, you can be there with a smirk on your face, with a smile, talk assertive, be playful, be challenging, don't care. Because why? You have your energy under control. So the more we can control our energy, the more we control our life. And there's multiple ways that you can do that. One of my favorite one is to actually have physical patterns associated with emotions. For example, every single time I do this, I have an instant state connected to that where I feel confident, excited, and upbeat. And every single time I have a state that is, for example, a little bit more dull, a little bit more natural. You have to have these cycles. If I'm like sitting down and working out a solution for my business, I can't be in this upbeat state. That's okay. But like during the day when I want to enter these states, when I want to feel great, then I need to be able to snap it back instantly back into that state. And that's how I do it. So every single time I feel that emotion, I connect this thing, this posture, this certain action that I do with that emotion. I can instantly command it back into my energy field, and thus have instant control over how I feel, how other people perceive me, how carefree I am, how confident I am, and how good I feel within my body. And guys, that's what it's all about in life anyway, feeling good now. So why not take control over it and be in charge of like feeling good? And there's another thing that I do a lot. It's essentially every single time something happens, I need to interpret it in the right way, because like that's normally what happens. You're in a good state, some bullshit happens, then you interpret it in the wrong way. You think, oh, it's bad. Then you feel bad about it. But guess what? It's just an interpretation. There's like, you can, for example, if I go on a roller coaster, for me, I don't like a roller coaster. For me, it would be bad. Another person laughs his ass off and has the time of their life. Two people have the same experience, and like they have a complete different experience in real time in terms of the feeling based on what they're thinking. So we need to understand that every single time something happens, we need to adapt. Every single time something bad happens, you need to think of, how possibly on earth could this be positive? Like always look for the good and try to act into that. Sometimes it's hard, I know, but guess what? Feeling bad and negative about it won't change it. Accept it, look at it, and then see what you can do. But don't feel bad about it. It has zero value to you. You only attract more, you only create more if you feel bad about it. You need to change it by accepting it and then basically changing your state again. And guess what? If you like feel confident, feel like a fucking badass motherfucker, good guy who can do sales, is confident with women, who is productive, who feels joy, who's blissful, who is not attached to the things but still can create them. Like guess what? If you're in that state, you're in that resourceful state, you can create way more solutions than if you're, everything is going negative, I don't know what to do. Like you can't do anything in that state. So the first thing you always want to do is change your state. And that's like two very effective ways I always do my state change. And since I've done that, every single time in life, I can snap myself back into any single state I want to. If I'm at a social gathering, if I'm on a sales call, if I want to be focused, if I want to be tranquil, if I'm with my girl, whatever. For every single situation, I do want to have a certain energy I want to command at that moment in time. I don't want to have all the time a focused energy, because then I couldn't be socially. I don't want to have all the time a super social energy, because then I couldn't just sit down and work. I don't want to have all the time a super tranquil and relaxed and serene feeling, because then I couldn't work and couldn't be in social gatherings. So you always want to kind of like be aware of when to create what energy. And if you do that, I can tell you 100% that everything in your life will change, because guess what? You change the one single biggest thing that impacts everything in your life. And that is your vibration. If you feel good all the time and send out good vibrations all the time, good thoughts, good emotions, good words, then you manifest instantly circumstances, people, and events that match your vibration. The only reason you have a shitty life is because you think, speak, talk, and feel stupid shit. If you would change that, you can't. You cannot help yourself but attract only good shit in your life. Albert Einstein said that I'm not sure what the exact quote is, but he said, if you dial into the vibration of the life you want and you constantly send it out, you cannot help yourself of not getting things in life that match that vibration and attract that reality. And that's the exact same thing here, guys. Hope that helped. Hope that was a very, very helpful tip. But please don't just listen to it. Apply it. Literally do it. Like find yourself a state. Could be like clapping your hands. Could be doing this. Could be, for example, you press a point. No one, like you don't often press, which you can't like fully access. Like practice some NLP. Practice some positive interpretations. And get that shit done, guys. Don't just sit in front of your computer and like be dull. Like don't just be a fucking awkward social guy who works all day in monk mode. No. Be fucking confident. Be a cool guy. Be a guy who gets inspired. Be a guy who has nice energy, who is happy, regardless of materialism, but still creates him because he's detached. Because he already feels fucking amazing that you don't need anything else in life. But guess what? You still create more because you're a fucking badass guy. So let's do it.